Hi guys, I'm back to Halley Body Slimming Clinic, and today I'm here to look for Dr. Terrence to help me with my weight management. So over the past 2 years, I've put on a lot of weight with the lack of exercise and of course binge eating. So I hope that Dr. Terrence can actually give me some solutions so that I can look forward to a slimmer and healthier self. Hi doctor!
Hello, hi.
Hello!
Hi,
yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah, long time no see.
I heard that you have got some concerns.
Yes.
Maybe let me know a little bit more about your concerns.
Actually, to be honest, right, these 2 years, over these 2 years, I've put on a lot of weight. And
oh, is it?
Yeah, so previously, I was quite happy with my weight until recently I realized that I've put on so much, and when I refer back to my old pictures, it's quite scary. Like, I'm like from M to L, and I'm quite concerned about it because I feel that I no longer look good in pictures.
Okay, is there any reason? I mean,
I've been eating a lot and not exercising. Yeah, the typical problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon. I mean, a lot of times when people come to see me for weight loss, they're concerned about their weight. Some people are concerned with body contouring, and some people are concerned with their weight.
Yes.
And I think last time we did some body contouring treatments for
Yes.
you, which is good.
Yeah.
But this time we're talking a little bit more about weight.
Yes.
As you get a bit older, it's actually quite natural for us to gain weight. 2 reasons. Number one is because maybe your metabolism slows down, but more importantly, we get a bit more busy. The time that we can exercise is reduced because you have children, and as such, it's actually quite natural to gain weight.
And then I binge eat when I'm stressed.
Okay, so those are some of the reasons. For us to help people lose weight, I think first of all we have to look at whether the person is overweight in the first place. Okay.
Okay.
So this is our slimming booklet. We developed this booklet to help track the weight of our patients. We also have some tips inside on the medications that sometimes we give, calorie counting in an easy way.
Okay, yeah. It's always very stressful to count calories.
Yeah, we can talk about that a bit later.
Okay.
Healthy eating,
Okay.
and also exercise. Yeah. There's also some parts of the book that tells you about some of the treatments that we can do for body contouring. Now back to your weight, right?
Yes.
Now your BMI is
62.
Now-
It's 62 point. It's at 26.3.
that's right.
Yeah, sorry.
26, not 62.
Yeah, 62 is crazy.
62 is way too much, yeah. And I don't think I've ever seen anybody with BMI of 62. But your BMI is 26.3.
Yep.
In general, an Asian's BMI should be between 18.5. Let me write this down.
Okay.
To 23. So you are overweight now, which maybe you were not overweight before. And in general, for us Asians, if our BMI is 27 and above, I think a lot of doctors feel that based on research, your risk of having chronic illness later on in life, be it hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol leading to stroke, heart attack, and other chronic problems is higher.
Yes,
In
that's
fact-
my concern actually.
In fact, when we did a blood pressure assessment for you, your blood pressure was a bit on the high side.
Oh, okay.
And therefore, I think that it's good to lose a bit of weight. Okay. Now, in general, if you want to lose a little bit of weight, let's say 5%, do you know what we say?
Don't know.
Don't need to come to the clinic.
Can I lose
Let's
more
go
than that?
eat less, exercise more.
Okay.
But of course, when we have got more weight to lose, and let's say we want to target a BMI of 22, we are talking maybe about weight loss of more than 10% of your body weight.
Okay.
Now, when we look at studies, we find that for people to lose more than 10% of the body weight, a vast majority of the people cannot do it by themselves.
I have to agree with that. I try. Before I come to you, I actually did try to lose weight.
In fact, most of the people who come already have tried to lose weight. So you're not alone. But at the same time, we want to make sure that if we want to make it practical for you to lose more than 10% of body weight, we need certain form of assistance.
Okay.
So in other words, in terms of coming to our clinic, is medications.
Okay.
Now, medications come in many different forms. Some are oral, some injectables. But my favorite medication for weight loss, right now anyway, is semaglutide. So semaglutide is a medicine that mimics a natural hormone that we have in our body. This natural hormone is called GLP-1. Okay, so GLP-1 is produced when we eat, and it does a few things. One, it goes to our brain and tells our brain that we're full.
Okay.
At the same time, it also causes some insulin to come out to store all the glucose that we consume. Okay, so but the problem with GLP-1 is that it lasts a very short time. So by a few minutes, all the GLP-1 is gone. So it's not really very effective for weight loss. So there are various medications which mimic this GLP-1 molecule, except slightly modified to make it last longer. A good example is semaglutide. So semaglutide comes in the various brands. In the US, it's called Wegovy. Wegovy is US FDA approved injectable semaglutide medication to curb appetite to have weight loss. So it's very, very effective. In general, people have about 16% weight loss. So it's more than the 10% that we are aiming for.
I'll be very happy.
And it's also very convenient because it's so long lasting. You need to inject yourself once a week. But right now in Singapore, semaglutide is only available in the name Ozempic. And remember we said it also helps produce insulin after eating. So it's actually also used for diabetes. And Ozempic is a brand of semaglutide, which is commonly used by diabetics to control their glucose. Until Wegovy comes to Singapore, a lot of us also depend on Ozempic for weight loss. Now, it's exactly the same as Wegovy, containing semaglutide. Now, this is better than some of the oral medications in that it's got the least side effects that I know. A lot of the oral medications are stimulants, so they cause you to be a bit jittery. Emotionally, it might be a bit
paranoid.
A bit more nervous. Some people who have insomnia, they have cannot sleep, and it's not really suitable for long-term treatments for some of these oral medications. There's an older version of a GLP-1 analog that's called Susanate, but it only lasts a day, so you have to inject yourself daily. A lot of people say it's okay, but after a while they felt it's very troublesome.
It's true.
So with Ozempic, we have something which is almost twice as effective as some of the previous generations of this medication. Lasts a whole week. So it is highly, highly effective.
So is there any side effects like that comes with this?
As with all medications, nothing is really side effect free. But it's probably as safe as it gets. Very, very rarely, some people actually have a little nausea. Not rarely actually, about 30% of people get a little nausea when they first start the medication. But vast majority of these people actually get used to the medication and the nausea kind of goes away after a month. As such, we increase the dosage very, very slowly. When we start, we will use a starter pen, injection pen, which comes in lower dosages. And we would get used to the medication before we slowly increase the dose, and we use the maintenance pen, which is a slightly higher dose.
So how do I actually inject this into my body?
Okay, so it's very simple. It comes in a very easy to use injection pen. The dosages are preset, so you just have to dial to them. And you have to attach the needle, take out the cap of the needle, remember that? Soak yourself with a little alcohol, and just inject, and that's it.
Anywhere, I can just inject anywhere on my body?
Yeah, in general, anywhere with a little bit of fat underneath the skin is okay. So the tummy, the thighs, the buttock, even the fattier part of the arms is approved to be injected.
So can I actually always inject on the same spot?
Yes, you can. In general, previously, when you had to inject yourself, or when we told people to inject themselves daily, we said try to rotate. But once a week, it doesn't really matter. You can inject in the same place. It's not a problem.
So, is it painful?
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's the needle is really small. It's probably smaller than it looks like this, and actually it's much smaller than this. It's covered with a cap, so it's less than half a centimeter long. It's about as thick as your hair. So in general, it's not painful at all, and moreover, it's only once a week. If you're really afraid of pain and you're not very sure about it initially, my staff have a lot of little hacks and tricks to make it a little bit easier for you to inject. But in general, all these hacks and tricks are not necessary once you get a bit used to it. And as of now, we have probably not even seen a single one of the patients who are afraid of injections.
So do I do this like at night, in the morning, or after meal?
It doesn't really matter because the medicine is so long lasting that the level of medication within your body is pretty constant after you inject. And it hardly fluctuates. So whether you inject in the day or at night, it's okay. Just remember to inject yourself once a week. And you actually brought up a good point. Actually, Semaglutide is also available in terms of a tablet form, and it's called Rybelsus. And Rybelsus also has got various concentrations for starting and then for maintaining. But in general, this is not as effective for weight loss as compared to Ozempic or Wegovy. And as such, we don't really encourage people to take the oral form if they are okay with injecting themselves.
So how long can do I actually need to do this injection before I can actually see any results?
Okay, so initially when you start with a really low dose, which is 0.25 milligrams, it's not very effective to curb the appetite. It just takes, it gives you some time to get used to the medication. And you inject that for maybe about 2 weeks or so, or maybe even longer if you're a little bit scared. And after that, you will increase to 0.5 milligrams for another 2 to 4 weeks, and then 1 milligram, and then 2 milligrams. As the dosage increases, your appetite suppression will get progressively better. And at 2 milligrams taken for the long term, within a few months, most of the study subjects actually lost about 16%
Can I
of their body weight.
take this like for long term, like on a regular basis?
Okay, so this is a bit controversial here. So in people who are really overweight, the risk benefit, which means the risk of having chronic illnesses later on in life or now, is much lower than the risk of taking this for the rest of their life. So the manufacturer says that it's okay to take it for the rest of their life. But of course, when we tell people that, they think it's a bit strange. A lot of people actually want to stop after they reach their ideal body weight.
Okay, but if I stop, do I have like sort of a cold turkey treatment and I start eating a lot and things like that?
Yeah, well, your appetite will come back as it was before. But the way I look at it, weight loss is the most important or the most difficult when you want to lose plenty of weight. Because to lose weight, you have to eat very, very little for a sustained period of time. Subsequently, you have to change your lifestyle a little bit in terms of exercise and your diet. And with this change in your lifestyle, people will be able to keep the weight off. Now, there are some people who can't. Okay, so for those people who can't, then there are another two choices. Number one is episodic or periodic injections with Ozempic or Semaglutide. So let's say you lost your weight, 1 year later, oh shucks, it's a bit high again. Then you can restart for a short period of time and stop and start and stop. There are some people who need to lose more than 20% of their body weight. Let's say their BMI is really high at 40. Maybe this never really even reached their ideal body weight because it's just not as good as being able to lose that much weight for a certain period of time. These people might need to be on it for the long term.
Can I actually use this injection together with something oral like Duromine or whatnot?
Well, if you try this, you'll find that with this, you have hardly any appetite to eat already. So there's really no need for you to add in another appetite suppressant. So appetite suppressants and Duromine, which is actually fentanyl, is not recommended for the long term. So I wouldn't get the two to be taken together. But if people really want a better effect, there are two things I would recommend. One would be meal replacement. A meal replacement is just really an aid to help you have enough nutrition as you're losing weight. So you can replace one meal with a meal replacement. For us, we like this meal replacement by Nestle called Optifast. So you can, skip one meal a day and take Optifast so that you get enough nutrition and yet at the same time have a very low calorie diet. The other medication is actually called Semaglutide, which is a fat blocker. So you take it together with one meal of the day. So maybe dinner for most people, such that the oil doesn't get absorbed by your body and will get passed out when you go to the toilet. So I think these two pair up well together. One suppresses your appetite. The other one reduces the oil and the fat, which is from being absorbed. So you get all the proteins that you need for your exercise and your muscle. And all the fat, or rather most of the fat comes out. But for most people, I think having Ozempic alone, it's probably enough.
Okay, sure. Sounds good. Maybe shall we actually try to start on this first?
Why not? And maybe maybe just come back to the side effects. I think in terms of side effects, apart from nausea, there's really very little else. Certainly nothing proven to be dangerous in humans so far. So it is a really safe medication. Is there something else you want to
I think you have answered my questions and all my doubts.
Okay, so I think weight loss is not as simple as just taking medication. We need to set a goal for you.
Okay. I think we need to.
So this is our slimming booklet, and let's talk about your goals. Is there a target weight that you have in mind?
Yes, actually I wanted to, a bit 夸张, a bit exaggerating lah. The weight that I'm looking at is actually 50.
Okay.
I know it's a bit too much, it's about 18 kg.
Let's see what is your BMI at 50. It's 19.5. So I think it's a bit on the light side. So I think let's make it something maybe in the middle of the range. Be it like maybe 21.5 BMI. So 21.5 would be 55. I think 55 is a reasonable target.
It is.
It's about a 12 kilo weight loss. And we can do that by losing about 1 kilo a month. And we use it as a 12 months target. I know it sounds like it's a really long time, but slow and steady is generally better.
Yes, okay? I totally agree.
Okay, so this is our 1 year target. You would be 55 kg in 12 months. But short term, we can aim a little bit better and a little bit faster, especially when you're on medication. So I hope that you will lose about 1.5 kilos per month. And after 3 months, you have lost 4.5 kilos.
That sounds very good.
So let's see what's your weight at that time. So it's approximately 62.5.
I'm almost back to pre-COVID.
So that's in 3 months. So you can't lose weight quickly. Then after that, you slow down a little bit thereafter. Let's see pre-COVID weight, what BMI you will be at. Your BMI will be 24.4. Still on the high side, but I think it's a reasonable target. We don't really want you to lose weight too much too fast, even if you can. Because if you lose weight too fast, your body will tend to
go the shock mode.
Exactly, like a starvation mode. So you can't utilize the fat fast enough. So what they do is your body will take
store the fats.
Will take muscle as a food source and convert it to amino acids. It's essentially protein. So it will utilize protein as a food source on top of fat. So we don't really want muscle loss.
Cool.
One more thing. So this is what we will track, but I want you to do me a favor.
Yes.
Someone said that always start with the end in mind, because you really need to make sure that you see the goals, okay? So I want you to write down your goals. Your goal is to be
55.
No. The short term first.
62.5 in 3 months.
kg in 3 months. So where is 3 months? Now it's April, May, June, July. So 21st of July, you should be this. So I want you to write down.
Can I be a little bit more ambitious? 62.
Okay, 62 kg by 21st of July this year.
How about 3?
Okay, so I also want you to do this homework, okay?
Okay, sure.
Go back and tell your loved one about it, okay? So most people are their husbands or their wives. It could be your friend, it could be your auntie, your mother, your father. Tell someone about it. So psychologically, it motivates you to achieve what you need to achieve.
Okay.
And it also helps remind that other person at home that you are doing something and please support you.
Okay.
If possible.
If I exercise, would it be better?
Of course. Now, this is just an appetite suppressant. You can eat although you're not hungry.
Yeah.
And although you are likely to lose weight even without exercise, if you stop the medication and you don't have any change in lifestyle, chances are your weight will increase again. So you do need to make sure that after you stop the medication, you still continue to adopt a healthy lifestyle. And the best way to adopt a healthy lifestyle after stopping medication is to start the healthy lifestyle while still on the medication. So that's very important.
Okay, I should go and sign up for a gym tomorrow.
Actually, the easiest thing to do in order to lose weight in terms of exercise is really some cardio. And the easiest thing to do cardio is really to do a very slow jog, or for people who might find it difficult to jog, just a walk. These are generally the best things to do because number one, it's convenient. Just go downstairs or around your block and just walk or run.
Okay.
And number two, you don't spend time commuting to the gym. So it's like with COVID, we're telecommuting. It's called telewalking. So just go downstairs and walk. So no traveling to
20
the gym.
minutes?
Well, at least 45 minutes, at least 3 times a week. But 1 time a week is better than 0 times a week.
Okay.
So as long as it's better than last time. And if possible, as you see here, please bring a supporter along the next time if possible. Okay?
Okay.
And
thank you.
I want you to read, not yet. I want you to read through all these pages within the book. And for the next visit, we'll talk about it a little bit. Starting from how to count calories easily, okay? But I won't spend too much time talking about this. So I think first visit wise, you make sure you get used to the medication. Once you get used to the medication, we talk a little bit about how to count calories. Then once you know how to count calories, we talk a little bit about diet. And today we have also talked a little bit about exercise. We're following up on that a little bit later.
Sure.
Okay? Yeah. All right, great. So we'll set that in motion. I'll get my staff to follow up to teach you how to use the injection pen. And then we'll give you 1 starter pen. And you just click it to 0.25 milligrams for the first 2 weeks, and subsequently increase to 0.5 milligrams, once per week until you see me in 1 month's time. Subsequently, you'll go up slowly to 1 milligram and 2 milligrams. Let me know if you have any issues with it. In general, it's very, very safe and perfectly acceptable by most people.
Okay, good.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
We'll see you next month.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye, doctor.